Okay, we're going to continue with our work in Chapter 7 in our C# for Unity book. And we're going to cover the interface project. So let's get started. As usual, I'm going to duplicate my past project. Once I duplicate that, I will rename it. And it's going to be called interface. Like I said, I will do a video later on about interfaces, and this whole chapter is rather in-depth. I want to show you how to get the project done right now. So we'll open this up and we'll get started. The interface is basically a special type of class that allows us to make a contract with the compiler, basically, that we're going to implement certain functions. We're going to use the interface to implement our different states in our state machine. Once this comes up, we'll bring up our script and start looking at the book. All right. All right, so I'm going to open the state manager here. All right, we'll make sure it's the right one. All right, so let's check our book. All right, so here's what we're doing here. In the Model Develop Solution window, right-click on the Code folder and select Add New Folder. All right, you'll notice, again, that the code folder is actually called Assembly C#. Right? And we're going to add a folder, and so we're going to right-click, Add New Folder. Okay? And we're going to call that Interfaces. We're going to right click on it, add new file, and right click, add new file. All right. And this time we're going to click and add an empty interface. All right. And we're going to call this iStateBase, which stands for Interface State Base. All right. So basically, this is going to be our base class for all of our states. Let's say new. All right. So your structure should look like this. All right. So it says take out the first two lines. We're going to do that. And you'll notice that Model Develop is auto-creating some comments at the top of your file. For now, we're just going to delete them so we can keep consistent with the book for sake of ease. All right. Again, it says assets.code.interface. Instead of code, we are going to leave the assembly C#, so we're going to say assets.assembly C# dot interfaces. So this is in our asset folder, right? And this is assembly C#, and this is the interfaces folder. All right, now we're going to add two. This is where we make the contract with the compiler as to what functions the classes that derive from iStateBase will have, right? So we're going to say void state update, all right? And then we're going to say void show it, all right? And then I want to tab those over. That's all there is to that right now. Right? Now we're going to have the begin state class partly implementing this iStateBase class. Right? We're going to do this to show you the errors that you may get if you don't implement an interface correctly. All right. So we're going to go to our begin state class. We have to use a using command here. I'm going to say assets assembly C# dot interfaces, right? And here we're going to inherit, we're going to extend the iStateBase class, right? So begin state will now inherit from the iStateBase class, which means that the begin state will be an interface, and it has to implement the interface, all right? We're going to save this. We'll switch to Unity, and we're going to look in our console as soon as that compiles. Look in your console now, and you will see these two errors, right? And they both say begin state does not implement interface member status state update and show it. All right. That is because if you look in our iStateBase, we're saying that we're going to create a state update and a show it function, but in this we do not have those functions. So now we're going to implement those, and again we're only going to do them partially, right? So that we can show the errors that come when you do that. Right. So we're going to add these two methods in. Notice where they are. They're inside the class. All right. It's useful to end your class like this. That way you know that all your functions have to go inside the class, right? All right. And we're going to have a public void state update. And public void show it. There's how I'm lining everything up. That's important to do. It keeps your code clean, and we'll soon be having an assignment on doing that, so you should go ahead and start doing that. All right. First off, he puts in a little error in here just so you can see that if you don't name it correctly, it's a big deal, right? So we finish this, and now we'll switch back to Unity, and one of these errors should go away, yes. But you see it still says begin state does not implement the interface member state update. And that's because we didn't name state update correctly. If we take that out, we say save, and we switch back, that will go away. Alright. And that's really all there is to that. This chapter, while it seems short and there's not a lot to it, is very important. It's very important that you read the chapter and understand it. And I will be making a video, possibly a slideshow as well, so that make sure that you do understand these concepts. They will come back again. All right. So let's play this, and you'll see that the output should look very similar to what we saw in the last project. Let me just change the size of this text here so that you can see it a little better. And font size, let's say 32 maybe. All right, I'll play that. Actually, let's bring that font size down. 24. Play that. All right. And that's all there is to it. Again, you will create a web build for this, and make sure that you copy your C# files, all 3 of your C# files in this case, into your web build folder before you zip it up. Make sure you send me just the web build folder. I don't need the whole project folder. I look forward to seeing what you do, and good luck.